Million token rug pull potential by ex-Google, ex-Facebook tech lead. That is what we're going to talk about today because he has launched his tokens about, I think, 2 weeks ago now, and that token has skyrocketed. And as he explained in several of his videos and articles that are covering million tokens just because it has performed like crazy these past 2 weeks, it is more of a social experiment, so it's more like a meme coin as he calls it, more like a Doge and a SHIB. And today we're going to take a look at it. If you guys are familiar with the contents of this channel, you know it's a lot about cryptocurrencies, and you know that I am not a big fan of meme coins, but I am a big fan of Techlead and the content that he produces because they're just downright hilarious. I actually bought his YouTube course and joined his private YouTube backstage group where a bunch of our YouTubers who bought his course are hanging out and learning from each other. And he's actually a very nice person behind the scenes because on YouTube, what we see is just a sarcastic a-hole. But, you know, that's his persona. Everybody has a YouTube persona. But what's most interesting and what we want to talk about is this million token that's been launched by a YouTuber. Before we jump into the video, can you just do me one single favor? It's not big at all. It's just smashing the like button and subscribe button. Alright, you got that done? Now let's jump in. Alright, so if you take a look at CoinMarketCap, it looks like this is million token. It's ranked 209. It has a total supply of 1 million and they're already pre-minted. And you can see that it really started trading over here back in July 4th, so during Independence Day. It started off at a price of $27, but over the couple days, it looks like it fell. And the all-time low was on July 8th, which is 4 days later at $5. But a couple days ago, it reached an all-time high of $223. And that was actually yesterday, because today is the 15th. And yesterday, when I looked at it, it touched up at $223. So that is some crazy performance in just a couple days. Well, it's a span of like 14 days, but is this something that we should expect from ex-Google, ex-Facebook software engineer? Forgot the ex-husband in there too. But if he launches another coin, I think I should definitely buy it. Now, if you guys want to know how to buy million token, then just go over here to CoinGecko, find the coin million, and go to this contract and click that copy button. It'll actually have a little page in icon instead of this check mark, but copy that. Go to app.uniswap.org. You can swap whatever token you want. It's probably going to be ETH. But you're going to select a token and paste that, what you copied over here. That'll bring up the million token. So you select that. You can see that I already have my wallet imported with MetaMask. So what you do now is you just put in a certain number and that'll load up an amount that you can swap with, and you click swap. If you're wondering, is there any other place I could buy million token? The answer is no. You can only get it at Uniswap. As far as I know, this thing is only 14 days old. So the best place to buy, sell, and trade is on Uniswap, where you already get the lowest fees on Uniswap with a high quality user interface. You just saw how easy that was. The only problem you need to figure out is how to use MetaMask. The million token is an ERC20 token because we could swap it on Uniswap. But I have heard that Techlead said something about them trying to get listed on Binance, which I'm not sure how legit that is, but he said it at his own channel, so I'm gonna take it at 100% truth. But if you're a user that is able to use Binance, then there you go. That might be another option later down the road. But for those of us in the US who don't get good options with Binance, we're probably stuck with Uniswap. Now let's get to the hot topic of the day. What actually is million token? So in my description and the pinned comment below, there is a video from Techlead describing and introducing his million token. You should definitely watch that if you don't know what it is, but there is no white paper, which is great. So let me explain it to you just from watching his million token video and not reading any white paper, which saves me a lot of work because those white papers, oh man. I think watching this next section is probably just gonna be enough because you don't want to be sandwiched by two Asian YouTubers because some people will probably think you have some weird fetish, and you can't really be sandwiched because he's Japanese and I'm Chinese. What you can say is you could be rolled like sushi rolled, or you could be wrapped like a Chinese dumpling. Right, now, dumpling jokes aside, let's really crack down on what this million token is all about. So it has a fixed supply of 1 million token that has already been pre-mined, and its price is designed to never dip below $1. That means that the million crypto will never have a market cap that is below $1 million. You guys gotta remember that due to inflation, $1 million back then does not equal $1 million now, because what we can purchase with $1 million is much less compared to in the past. But that said, million was created by ex-Facebook, ex-Google, and ex-husband, software engineer Techlead. And the question is, will his net worth ever dip below $1 million? Because if it does, then we could tack on the extra title ex-millionaire as well. But apparently Techlead invested $600,000 of his own money to provide liquidity for the million token on decentralized exchanges. So that kind of makes him aligned with the token holders because he is a big holder himself. So would the project be poised for a phase of growth? We'll have to talk about that a little bit later in the video. Next question that you want to ask is, should you buy it? Listen, this is high risk, high reward. It's a gamble, so only risk what money that you're able to lose. And if you don't have any money to lose, well, it's time to get on OnlyFans and try to make some money. But jokes aside, the marketing is already automatically there thanks to its creator. And since it's a new coin that is promoted by a YouTuber, we can expect a lot of volatility. So that is why I imagine that there's going to be a lot of traders that are probably trading this coin to take advantage of the dumb money. There's some predictions that say it's going to hit $275 by year end, $325 by 2022, and $648 within 5 years. Where they got these numbers, I have no idea. They just pulled it out of there when they were taking a poop. Next, let's get to the juice of today's video. Techlead Rug Pull. The story goes that right after the token was launched on July 4th on Independence Day, it started off at around like $27 and then it fell back. It drew back to $5, which makes the all-time low 4 days later. And a bunch of users took to Twitter like people usually do to overreact, complain about things, and to call it the biggest pump and dump scream organized by Techlead. Prompted him to create this follow-up video saying that Million token is not an investment. It's pure social experiment, much like Doge and SHIB. So Techlead sees it as more like Shiba Inu and Doge, more of a store of value. And he made a great point about liquidity because since the token is so new and he's the only one providing the liquidity, people would want to buy and hold. Now the problem is that Million token is branded as a meme coin, and that's the problem. You don't want to hold on to meme coins because it's so volatile. People would want to get in and get out fast like the traders. The only passive income you're going to make from this is by providing liquidity on Uniswap to get those Uniswap fees. But let's say that you locked up your coin in a liquidity pool and it rises to $400. Well, you can't get that out of that pool quick enough to sell it. So my belief is that nobody wants to make passive income with meme coins because it's just too risky. Because the next day, Million token can basically just flop back to $1, which is the price floor for Million token. Though Techlead seems to want to take this to $1 million market cap though, and later on you'll find out that he did achieve that. Now, do I think that Techlead made a rug pull? No, I don't. This guy is actually a really nice guy. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm part of the YouTube backstage group where he helps fledgling YouTubers like me strike out into the YouTube wilderness. Yep, I was in that group ever since I had 50 subscribers. But luckily it was Donald versus Wild, not man versus wild, so I never had to drink my own pee. And I never drank my own pee before, but I imagine it'd be something like software engineered Gatorade, which tastes like McDonald's coffee because I'm cheap. I'm just kidding. If you buy coffee from McDonald's, you are really doing the wrong thing because coffee at McDonald's costs what, like $1 to $2, where you could just buy a bag of grounded coffee, which makes you a coffee for like 20-15 cents. So if you're buying coffee from other places, you're doing it wrong. I think I finally have an answer to when my mom asked me, why don't we have a girlfriend? Doesn't like my Folgers. Alright guys, I just want to take a quick pause to show you how I learned about cryptos. When I didn't know anything about cryptos, I got started with IM Academy. And there are some people that don't like them, but there's a lot of people that like them. And you can see here on my screen that they have hours upon hours of lives. They actually have the instructor come on a live session with you to teach you about indicators and how to trade and how to read the markets, what coins to look at, things like that. See that for some of the days, they actually have like 3 hours, which is actually most of the days of content, of lives with you. And beyond that, if they don't have lives, you can actually go to the instructors and watch their favorite sessions, and you can see that they record their sessions so that you can learn while they're not having a live with you. Then please send me an email at support@coursehack.club and I'll see you in IM Academy. Alright, so let's end this with my opinion. Now, I am a very big fan of Techlead's, so I think he will make this succeed and make him reach his 100 million market cap valuation because that's his goal apparently. But actually, it passed like 223 million market cap in like 14 days, since it rose to an all-time high of $223, and $223 times a million tokens, that is basically a market cap of $223 million. Did you get that right? Did my Asian kick in? Also, he has a growing fan base, and that million tokens is really like an NFT. Man, I didn't even think about that. So it's really like an NFT. I mean, why did he even call it million tokens? It's a freaking NFT because he has a million of these tokens and he has a little more than a million subscribers right now, but that user base, that subscriber base is still growing. I think for hardcore fans, owning one of those tokens would be kind of like a symbol of pride of being his biggest fans or something, if we see it from that way. If we see it from that perspective, he has a following and he has these little million tokens, which are basically NFTs that people would want. Look, it is a limited supply collectible. Well, it's not exactly like an NFT where there's only one and only one kind, but it's still a limited supply of 1 million minted token. People want it. It has a price floor of $1. He doesn't have to sell it on an NFT platform, and people can earn passive income from it by being a liquidity provider. The only drawback that I can see is that it's as he explains, a social experiment like Doge and SHIB. And I really think that the fixed supply of 1 million tokens was a really good decision on his part, because that just creates that scarcity mindset. And human behavior, we are drawn to rarity and scarcity. It's rare, we want it because we could show it off to other people, say that I have this and you don't, and rub it in their faces, which everybody loves to do. At any rate, that's what I think about it right now. It's too new to make any sort of analysis. So what we basically have is just speculative reasoning from a dumpling. Anyways, that's all I got for today's video. If you enjoyed today's content, then please be sure to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, check out these other videos on cryptocurrencies and passive income, and I'll see you next time. Peace.